Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Kalia if you are new, and here on Saturdays we have a lovely little video that we like to call Sat Chat Videos. Sat Chat Videos. And if you want to see more of these Sat Chat videos, be sure to subscribe down below and hit that bell notification so you'll know as soon as I post a video. Today we will be delving into the topic of I have extremely too many ideas and I want to do each and every one of those things, but I feel like I don't have time. Am I actually going to be able to do these ideas? And why does my mind feel like it's going 12 miles an hour? If that's how you feel, then have we got a show for you. Alright, you lovely noodles. Today, I'm going to give you some help, a little bit of tips and tricks that I've been following to try to get my mind in order. Okay? So, coming into the new year, I, of course, had all the different things that I wanted to do and all of these different ideas. So I sat myself down, and these are the steps that I used. The first thing I did was I sat down for about 10 to 15 minutes and wrote down every single idea that came to my head. Any events that I wanted to try to put on, any clothes that I wanted to make, just any type of future endeavor that I wanted to do, not even just in this year, but beyond. So I sat myself down and I did that. Now, after I did that, I looked at everything and tried to figure out what would work together. Like if there were things that I had, okay, for instance, I have a brunch blog and I want to plan a brunch day party. So these two things work together. So as I go through and do each brunch and plan each brunch, that helps with me planning the brunch day party that I want to do. So those two things kind of work together. So they don't necessarily become one thing, but because they're a little synonymous, they move and work together. Which leads me to step 3. I named each group. So each group had a name. So like I said, the brunches, I named that group brunch. Because my brunch blog, Brunch Ass Bitch, is the parent little name for that section. So I named that, and then once I named it, I was able to look at each group individually. Like each group of ideas, I looked at them individually, and once I kind of worked them into a group, I moved each idea so I could look at it step by step. So I looked at the steps that it took to accomplish each idea, and because they were in groups, some of the ideas had the same steps, so I could work on the different ideas on each step, if that makes sense. Let's say you want to build a baking company or a baking business, and you have to learn how to cook. And you also want to make a cookbook. So learning how to cook helps you write a cookbook, and it also helps you build your baking business. So you work on that one step at the same time. So as you work through your steps, you're building up different ideas. And then they all kind of culmination. So they culminate. There it is. They culminate. I love the English language. Once I sat down, wrote down all my ideas, put them in groups, wrote down the steps that it took to do each thing in the groups, I then moved to my calendar. Because we can have all of these ideas, but if we don't actually give ourselves enough time to make these ideas happen, and if we don't plan these ideas out, it means nothing. We just wrote a bunch of stuff on a piece of paper, we feel a little bit accomplished because we did like this teeny tiny thing, and then that's it. And that's not, no. So, went to my calendar, and I like to use Google Calendar in tandem with my paper calendar, so I'll write things down in my paper calendar, but I'll also put them in my Google Calendar, so if I can't, pull my calendar out anywhere, I can just hop on my phone and say, okay, these are the things that I have to do. What I did is I set up batch weeks. So each week, I work on one group of ideas. But that could be, for instance, my YouTube channel. I'm really trying to make this, a better space, a bigger space. As I'm working on my batch week of my YouTube channel, this also kind of works in tandem with kind of where I want my music career to go, because I do music on my YouTube channel as well. I know know you haven't seen one of those videos this year, that's because I'm working on it and it's coming in February. I wanted to do it the right way. I didn't want to just put out, any kind of video just because it's Monday and it's time to do a video. No, I wanted these videos to have context and content, and I wanted them to be valuable to you, because if it's not valuable to you, then you're not going to watch it. It does nothing for you. It's kind of like watching an episode of Family Guy before you go to sleep. You're not really paying attention. It's just noise in the background and bright characters. So I work throughout that week on this one project. And then I've been working on my knitting store. So I knit and I crochet. And what I've been doing is, on the batch week for my knitting, I will learn a new pattern, or I will work on a project that I had to set aside because I didn't have enough time. So in that batch week, I'm able to have a feeling of completion. So the batch weeks help you feel, not necessarily just help you feel like you completed something, but you finished something. You have one task that you take from your group of tasks that makes up your group of ideas that you want to complete, and you complete one or more of those tasks, so you're actually actively working towards finishing, or you're working towards finishing what it is that you want to do. Now, these batch weeks do take time, and if you're someone like me that needs that instant gratification sometimes, I'm not ashamed to admit it, it's part of being human. I like the batch weeks because I can take a smaller task for that day that works towards the larger task that I want to have finished by the end of the week. So I can check it off and say, okay, I did this. So I have kind of that instant gratification of having one thing done. And I know that one thing works in tandem with another thing. So after you've done all of that, the next thing that you have to do is super simple, I promise. It's so simple that you might even be mad at yourself that you didn't even realize that it was the next step. But the next step is put it to work. Let's do it. We can plan as much as we want to, but if we don't do something, if we don't put things in motion, it's just pretty little words on a piece of paper that you've scheduled out, and it looks like you're doing so much. No. Do something. Like put something out, and even if it's you have to tell someone that, okay, this is my batch week for such and such, and I'm working towards finishing this. Have someone that'll hold you accountable, and they'll check up on you like, hey girl, hey boy, did you finish? And if you didn't, it's not like the world ends. That just means that for the next week, you might have to give yourself a little less so that you can actually finish what you're working on. Make sense? I hope it does, because that is all I have. I am so glad that you decided to spend a little bit of your Saturday with me here on our Sat Chat videos. And if you liked what you heard, do me a favor and leave a comment down below about what you are going to be working on this next week. And if this video helped you out, give it a thumbs up. I would love it. And that is all for today. Thank you so much for watching. And as always, I will see